I'd like to call the meeting to order. Mrs. Burns, roll call, please.
Mr. Sullivan is absent with prior notice. Mrs. Hallenbeck?
Present.
Mrs. Brocious?
Here.
Mrs. Egan?
Here.
Mr. Kraus is also absent with prior notice. Mrs. Marshall?
Here.
Mr. McGoldrick?
Here.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Here.
Ms. Walbeezer?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Shane Keeler.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Shane.
You're welcome, Mrs. Brocious.
The board met in executive session this evening prior to this meeting to discuss matters of employment, issues related to labor relations, the purchase or lease of real property, matters related to litigation, and matters related to school safety and security. Any announcements, Mrs. Burns?
No announcements.
Mr. Bowman, superintendent's report, please.
Thank you, Ms. Hallenbach. Last week was National Teacher Appreciation Week. This is an opportunity to recognize and thank our Neshaminy teachers for the extraordinary dedication, compassion, and professionalism they bring to our schools each and every day. Also want to give a shout out to the PTO volunteers who organized a number of breakfast, lunch, and other fun activities to thank and honor the teachers in their schools. May 6th was National Bike and Walk to School Day. Groups of students and staff at both Carl Sandburg Middle School and Albert Schweitzer Elementary School got up early that morning and rode their bikes to school together through the Highland Park neighborhood. Thanks to the Middletown Township Police Department, who not only provided traffic control for the rides, but also brought their own police bicycles and joined the ride. Congratulations to the students in Sage Atwater's second grade class at Tawanka. They participated in the Phillies Fanatic About Reading program by each reading 100 books and keeping a journal about that over the past few months. They earned a highly anticipated visit by the Fanatic himself on May 5th for an all-school assembly. It was an exciting morning, and the Fanatic put on quite a show, as he usually does. Tonight was the spring signing night over at the high school for all of our senior athletes heading off to play their sports in college next fall. 27 students were on schedule to be honored, which may be a record for one of these ceremonies. I congratulate the students on their achievement, wish them the best as they head to the next level. Also thank their coaches for everything they've done to support our student athletes. Finally, tonight I want to tell you about something that happened during the recent junior class trip to Virginia and Washington, D.C. As you might have heard, there was a shooting incident at the National Mall between an armed suspect and the police on May 4th. Thankfully, nobody was seriously injured. The situation was quickly controlled by the police. This happened while our students were enjoying some free time around the D.C. monuments after a lunch cruise. They had split into smaller groups, and a few students witnessed the incident. Two of our assistant principals, Ms. Bobby Simahowski and Ms. Vanessa Robinson, were on the trip along with other chaperones and class officers. Along with Principal Garska, the administrators quickly developed a plan to reunite students and gather everyone safely in one location. Roads were closed by police and tour buses were scattered as a result. It was definitely a difficult and emotional situation to navigate. The two assistant principals, along with class advisors, Mr. Dave Fink and Ms. Lori Johnson, got all the students to reunification locations safely with the help of other chaperones. They arranged a new pickup location for buses and was designated which buses would stay back with the students that were held by police collecting witness statements. Parents and guardians back home were kept informed throughout the ordeal. Ms. Simahowski and Mr. Garska coordinated with school counselors to ensure the students had access to counselors upon their return to school on Tuesday morning due to the traumatic event. In the days following this unfortunate but successful end to an otherwise great trip, I received multiple positive comments about how our administrators, our chaperones, and the students handled themselves during and after the incident. We often say that nothing is more important to us than the safety of our students and staff, and the quick and decisive response to this incident by the adults on the trip shows that we live by that no matter what the circumstances. While I'm sorry that such a memorable trip had to end in such a frightening way, I'm grateful and proud of our Neshaminy High School staff and how our staff and students and how they handled and got through this together. And that is all I have this evening, Ms. Hollenbach.
Thank you, Mr. Bowman. Is there any sign-ups for public comment?
Yes. Nicole Lackey?
It just hit the red button.
Good evening, board members and Mr. Bowman. I wanted to speak to the incident that Mr. Bowman just spoke about. My son is a junior who was on the trip, and he and his friends were in the vicinity of the shooting. I am extremely grateful for the professionalism of all of the teachers and staff. I think that the way that they thought outside of the box in a situation that they did not train for, have not trained for, and were not anticipating was exceptional. My son at 3:48 texted me a video of Vice President Pence's, not Pence, the Vice President's motorcade go past, and it was quite a sight, and they were very excited. They were right in front of the Washington Monument. Ironically, my son's e-bike died, and he had to walk his bike back across to the other side of the crossing. His friends went across. That is where the shooting took place. It wasn't 15 minutes later, he was calling me and he was panicked that this had occurred. I will say that the staff handled it amazingly. Amazingly. That Remind app, it was a lifesaver to gather 400 students in a moment's notice and get the information out. So as a parent who was receiving a call 3 hours away feeling helpless, I knew that under the guidance of Mr. Fink, who is the class advisor, and my son is the vice president of the class, he works very closely with him, Mrs. Simahowski, Miss Johnson, Mr. Calderbank, Mr. Perry, Mr. Davis, Mr. Dillon, Mrs. Winchester, and I'm sure there's a few that I've left out. They did an exceptional job, and I would like, as on behalf of the parents who I have spoken to about this, them be awarded in some way or accommodated because it was exceptional. I'd also like to speak on behalf of Mr. Garska. My son's bus was the last bus to pull in at the high school at about 10:20 p.m. Every other bus had already left. Mr. Garska was personally taking the bags off of the bus. And I can't imagine how stressful this was for him to receive those phone calls from his staff at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm sure the emails and phone calls he got from parents over, on our side. But he was there on taking the bags off of the buses. And I think that that's pretty amazing. So huge shout out. I know that, people come up here and complain all the time, but I really just wanted you to know on behalf of the parents who were on the other end of that phone call, how grateful we are that your staff was trained so well. I know I went over 3 minutes. I promised Mr. Bowman I would not. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're saying nice things.
No further signups.
Thank you. We have a few resolution actions for this agenda. Ms. Marshall, please.
I'd like to make a motion for 2.01 2026-27 proposed final budget. Whereas 24 PS 6-687 of the Pennsylvania Public School Code requires that the Board of School Directors prepare a proposed final budget at least 30 days prior to the adoption of the final budget, and to make the proposed final budget available for public inspection at least 20 days prior to the date set for the adoption of the final budget. And whereas 24 PS 6-687 of the Pennsylvania Public School Code requires that the president of the Board of School Directors certify to the Pennsylvania Department of Education that the proposed final budget was prepared, presented, and made available for public inspection using the uniform form furnished by the Department of Education. And whereas the Board of School Directors has the 2026 to 2027 proposed final budget for the school district in the required form and desire that same be made available for public inspection as required by law. And whereas the total revenue equals $228,558,594 and expenditures equal $231,705,334 and the millage rate equals 198.0124, meaning there is a tax increase included in this proposed final budget for the 2026 to 2027 year. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Neshaminy School Board of Directors hereby adopts the attached 2026 to 2027 proposed final budget presented at this May 12, 2026 public work session, and the same shall be made available for public inspection and be made available for duplication to any person on request beginning on May 13th, 2026, and that the president of the Board of School Directors is authorized to issue the certification to the Pennsylvania Department of Education required by 24 PS 6-687. Be it further resolved that the Board of School Directors will adopt the 2026 to 2027 final budget of the school district at a public meeting to be held on June 23rd, 2026, and there is one attachment.
Thank you, Mrs. Marshall. There's a motion on the floor. Can I have a second, please? Second by Mrs. Brochus. Any questions or comments or concerns? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? A roll call for this one? Okay.
Mrs. Brochus.
Yes.
Mrs. Egan.
Yes.
Mrs. Hallenbeck.
Yes.
Mrs. Marshall.
Yes.
Mr. McGoldrick.
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
And Ms. Walbeezer.
Yes.
7 yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Thank you. Mrs. Brochus.
I would like to make a motion 2.02 contracted services for the 2025-2026. Resolved that the Neshaminy School Board of School Directors hereby approves the contractual agreement and service relationship with the following companies and individuals for the 2025-2026 school year. And it is for IXL Learning School Success Package, $4,500. A file is attached.
Thank you, Mrs. Brochus. There's a motion on the floor. Can I have a second, please? Second by Mrs. Marshall. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Mr. Rodriguez, please.
Thank you, Mrs. Hollenbeck. I'd like to make a motion for 2.03, Bucks County Technical High School Budget 2026-2027. Whereas in order to provide technical high school education for our students, 6 Bucks County school districts cooperatively established by the Bucks County Technical High School, and whereas each participating school district must annually vote on the technical high school annual budget. Now therefore be it resolved that the Neshaminy Board of School Directors hereby approves the 2026-2027 Bucks County Technical High School budget in the total amount of $36,572,626 with an operating budget of $35,156,020, with the Neshaminy School District 2026-2027 net fiscal payment to be $5,806,923. Files attached.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. There's a motion on the floor. Can I have a second, please? Second by Mrs. Egan. I do know we need a roll call for this one.
Mrs. Brochus.
Yes.
Mrs. Egan.
Yes.
Mrs. Hallenbeck.
Yes.
Mrs. Marshall.
Yes.
Mr. McGoldrick.
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ms. Walbeezer.
Yes.
7 yes.
Thank you. Motion passes 7-0. That is it for the action items. Section 3, items for approval at the public board meeting. 3.01, routine, I'll get it right. Routine business matters. 3.02, annual appointments for the 26 through 27 school year. 3.03, appointment of treasurer. 3.04, appointment of assistant board secretary. 3.05, cooperative purchasing agreements. 3.06, competitive electronic auction bidding. 3.07, breakfast and lunch pricing. 3.08, newspapers on record. 3.09, overnight trips. 3.10, Sunday facility usage. 3.11, authorization to hire. 3.12, facility and energy usage fees. 3.13, depositories of school funds. 3.14, procurement card use. 3.15, taxpayer bill of rights. 3.16, the BCIU Safe to Say Master Service Agreement, 2026 through 2027. 3.17, a Head Start Pre-K and Early Learning Center Program MOU with the BCIU. 3.18, the Vision Plan Renewal. And 3.19, Go for Health Services LLC Master Services Agreements for 2026 and 2027. So it's all the end of the year annual things that we have to approve every year. Committee reports, that's me as well. We have the next Business Operations Committee meeting next Wednesday, May 20th, in this room at 6:30. The Education Development meeting, Mr. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Mrs. Hollenbeck. On Tuesday, May 5th, 2026, the Education Development Committee met here at 6:30. The committee discussed the following items: summer school updates, elementary K through 5 science curriculum program, technology overview for grades K through 1, middle school schedule updates. The full presentation is available on board docs for board review. And the committee recommends adoption of the FOSS Pathways Science Curriculum Program for grades K through 5. Approval of the FOSS Pathways adoption will occur through the approval of purchase contracts with school specialty, specialty, FOSS Pathways, and ECA. These contracts will appear under Business Operations, Contractor Services on the May 26, 2026 Public Board Meeting agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Mr. Sullivan is not here. Does anybody from the Policy Committee have? Thank you, Ms. Wald.
I can just let you know, the next meeting is due to attendance issues moved, so it will be now June 4th at 6:30 in this room.
Thank you. Representative reports. Ms. Wolbes, you're up again.
Thank you. The IU on Friday had their annual prom at their head offices. Every year they decorate the offices, and I think about 80 students attended, and more than 100 IU staff volunteers were there to help ensure a safe, inclusive, and well-coordinated experience. I'm not sure what their prom theme was this year. They choose a new one every year, but everybody had a great time. The next IU meeting is next Tuesday, May 18th at 7 p.m. The advocacy subcommittee meeting will be meeting ahead of time at 5:15, and there's a finance meeting at 6.
Thank you, Ms. Wolbes. Neshaminy Education Foundation, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you again. The board of the Neshaminy Education Foundation met here yesterday at Maple Point. They discussed activities for next year, ways to increase community participation, and proposed changes to their bylaws. The next meeting will also be held at Maple Point on Tuesday, June 8th at 4 p.m. Elections will be held for the new and returning board members, and the public is invited to attend and participate.
Thank you. PSBA Liaison, Mrs. Marshall.
No report at this time. Thank you.
And last but not least, one more time, Technical School, Mr. Rodriguez.
I actually do not have anything at this time.
Thank you. That brings us to the closing of the meeting. Public comment. Does anybody in the public have any comments they'd like to make? Now is your time. Come on down.
Chris Lyman, 1251 Taylor Drive, Langhorne. How do we actually see like the attachments that you reference on this stuff?
They'll be available tomorrow in board docs. If you
Okay.
if you go onto our website, there is a link that'll take you there. Once after we approve everything, they'll be live tomorrow.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Thank you.
Hit the button. Does anybody have any future topics they'd like to discuss? Any board comment?
Just one real quick, I promise. Wanted to say thank you to the Neshaminy staff on the trip to Washington, D.C. I think that was wonderful, and thank you for talking this evening. Also, I forgot to mention when we had our education meeting the other night to thank our teachers for the job well done that they do. We do appreciate you and all the work that you do, so thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I also want to quick echo the sentiments about the junior class trip. I was approached by people within the community, saw posts on Facebook, and so often we do read the bad and the complaints and the negative. So it was really nice to see that the community kind of wrapped themselves around it, and definitely the teachers and students deserve a lot of praise for a job well done, and everybody came back safely. So thank you for speaking up today, and thank you, Mr. Bowman, for sharing as well.
With that being said, let's see, future meetings. The next meeting is Tuesday, May 26th. It's a public board meeting here at 7 p.m. As was previously stated, we have a Business Operations Committee meeting on Wednesday, May 20th at 6:30, and the Policy Committee Thursday, June 4th at 6:30. With that being said, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.